Hey gang, it's Paul with Studpack. Welcome back to our channel. As you can see, Jordan and I are back here at our mother-in-law cottage. The last time you were here with us, we installed these crown assemblies on top of the upper cabinets. They look fantastic. I got a little bit of grief in the comments about these fuzzy corners, but hey, it's MDF and I have a terrible blade on my saw. I'm gonna get that taken care of. But we're gonna take these down for the owners. They're gonna use some color match paint and paint that. It's gonna look fantastic like it came from the factory. Now we built those on the subtops, but as you can see, those have now been covered up with our beautiful quartz. My installers came out Saturday morning and did the installation. They did a fantastic job. They brought with them two slabs, a 36 and a 26-inch wide slab, and both of those are 108 inches long. And they also brought with them the kitchen sink that we picked out of their showroom. Total cost of all the materials, $900, and their labor cost was $550 for a total cost of $1,450. It's a great price and they did a great job. Like I said, they were done in 2 hours, but then they got their big old Sprinter van stuck in our South Louisiana mud. Both tires were spinning because the axle bottomed out on the sidewalk, and then I spent an hour of my time getting them unstuck with my F-150. But they helped me out all the time, so I didn't mind helping them out one bit. And if you remember back when we first started this project, there was a peninsula here, but it was like way over here, making for a really small kitchen. And there was a soffit up here in the ceiling hanging down. They must have had some old cabinets there that were long gone, but we removed that soffit and it's a nice clean look now. That soffit also continued all the way on this wall. We removed all that and now we have taller upper cabinets, again with our beautiful crown detail that you all love. Now the countertop overhangs the end of the cabinets by about 14 inches right here. We wanted to give them a lot of room. And then on the side over here, it overhangs about 12 inches for a nice bar and some seating. And check it out, they already have like 4 bar stools here. They swivel and that's gonna be really cool. But I wanted to come over here and show you how I handled the back of the cabinets. How did I dress them up? Because it's just particle board. So I got this 1/2-inch plywood, glued it and nailed it to the back of the cabinets, ran the baseboard and shoe all the way around, and finished off the end with a piece of corner trim. Looks fantastic, and remember, the owners are gonna paint that, and it's gonna look great. Now I just went with 1/2-inch plywood because it's really strong. If you're here kicking it, you're not gonna dent it. And then over here, there's actually a void behind there, so I needed something strong. We thought about beadboard, stone, all kind of methods you could use there, but we just went with a simple piece of plywood. It's gonna look fantastic.
And you could get creative down there. You could do whatever you want.
You could. And we're getting real close to the end of this project. Today's project is actually to install the backsplash, and it couldn't be any simpler. It's 4x12 white subway tile. We're gonna just start at the beginning of that cabinet and run it to the end of this cabinet. Very simple installation, but first we gotta trim out this window. I've already got the window stool. Some people call this the sill. It's already cut and notched to fit, and I'm gonna try something a little different today. Here's our casing. It's already been cut to fit also. And I'm gonna flush out the side of the casing with the side of the stool. That's gonna give us a nice clean corner when the tile wraps around there, instead of having this project further like it usually does, and I gotta cut a notch. We already have a lot of notches here, and I think this look is just gonna be a lot more modern and clean than a horn that extends past the casing. I hope all that makes sense, but if it doesn't, hang on and we're gonna show you exactly what we're talking about. But our first step is to grab the nail gun, nail our stool down to the sill, put up our casing pre-cut, and then we start laying some tile. All right, that was nice and quick. Our next step is to move this range out of the way. In order to protect our floor, I'm simply gonna throw an old piece of carpet square under each foot and slide that thing out of the way. All right, gang, that wasn't too bad at all. Now we're about ready to lay some tile, but you know what comes next. If you've been following us for a while, we need a leather strip here to hold up our tile as we go across this opening. Let's head outside, cut a piece of wood. That's 30 inches. I'm just gonna call it 29. Let's go grab a piece of scrap and put it on the wall. All right. All Alrighty gang, we are about ready to go. I'm using mastic today. I would never use mastic in a bathroom, like a bathroom floor, shower surround, tub surround, anything like that. But on a kitchen backsplash with this type of tile, totally comfortable with mastic. What is mastic? Just think liquid nails. That's all it is. It's an adhesive. And it's gonna be fine for these subway tiles. I'm not a fan of using it for glass. Always use thin set for glass. Got our trowels, our water bucket, our towel right here, our first piece of Schluter cut. I think the plan is we're gonna go ahead and lay 2 courses all the way across down to the refrigerator and then start building up as we go. So I'm ready, dude. Are you?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna start putting down some thin set. Why don't you head out to the saw and cut a few of these in half, because we're just going with 50-50 offset.
All right.
All right.
Those are freaking awesome, man. Keep it up.
All right, gang, we're approaching the right end of our tile. We're gonna dress it off with some Jolly trim right here. Typically what we do, we cut a 45, so we kind of picture frame it. We have a little piece on the top with a 45 and a piece on the side with a 45. And that little point where they meet is kind of sharp and jagged sometimes, so we're gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna notch the back right there where I put that pencil line, and we're gonna fold it over for a nice rounded corner. Let's give it a shot.
All right.
All right, let's see what this does when I bend it. Well, I can already tell.
Okay.
I can already tell I'm liking that.
Man.
What do you think? Oh. All right,
I was liking it.
we'll try again. All right, gang, that's my last piece. I don't have enough material to try that little trick again, so we're gonna do the traditional miter. But I would love to try that next time. If you've tried it, let us know in the comments.
It was looking sweet, man.
It did look sweet.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the traditional way, though.
All right, let's cut this one. Alrighty, guys, backsplash is all done, and I gotta tell you, Jordan, don't you think that was one of the easier ones we've ever done?
Man, I think that was just so quick and simple. I think I'm more confident and I'm way faster and more efficient, and you're just, you've been that way. So I think, honestly, I just had to catch up.
Well, I think we're there. That was awesome.
That
Good
was
job
good.
today.
You did a great job.
Yep, and check this out, gang. We did something a little different right here. We're always trying new things. So typically, we would take this cut and just go straight across. But we decided to notch it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full courses right here, and we end up with a factory edge instead of a cut edge. I think that looks great. It is all ready for grout, but that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow, so we'll see you then. All right, gang, it's the next day, and we are at another project. This is the kitchen we demoed a few days ago. We're finishing one kitchen, starting another one. Now this ceiling is 7 foot right here, and this is 8 up here where this old fluorescent light fixture was, and we're gonna raise the whole thing up to 8. It's gonna be very easy because all the framing is already there. Once we take all this down, it should just be a matter of putting new sheetrock on the existing framing at 8 foot. And this is how they did it back in the day, right? Old recessed fluorescent fixture and cabinets hanging right from the ceiling. So we're gonna rip it out. Notice on the floor, we got it protected by cardboard. We put plantation shutters in an entire house last weekend. I was wondering what to do with all the boxes, and I said, hey, let's bring them over here. It'll be perfect to protect this parquet floor. That's just what we did. But before we put all this sheetrock down and that framing, there's one thing in the attic we gotta do first. Let's mask up, head up there, and we'll show you what we're talking about. All right, guys, Up here in this attic, we have this blown in insulation, and instead of letting it all just fall down, create a huge mess, and ending up in the dumpster in the landfill, we're actually gonna move it. We're gonna shovel it out of here into the existing ceiling, help it insulate the rest of the house a little better, and it doesn't end up in the landfill. So I'm gonna put my mask on. We got our snow shovel and our broom. Let's get it done. It doesn't take long at all. It's well worth it. Alrighty gang, most of the insulation is out of the way. We really can't get back there very easily. We're just gonna leave it and let it fall. But I think I'm ready to kick this down, dude. You ready?
Let's do it.
I hear some voices downstairs. We better give them a heads up.
All right.
All right. We're gonna start kicking this down. Alright gang, that was pretty quick, about 15 minutes. And moving the insulation in the attic actually took longer than pulling the ceiling down. And you know what the best part is?
What's that?
Check it out. It's already framed in for the new ceiling.
Woo! And all this wood looks pretty good too.
Oh yeah, back in the day, 2x6 was real 2x6.
Yeah, we got to go up there and check out those growth rings.
So all that's left is we're going to clean up and then take down this perimeter 2x4, and we're about done with demo.
Cool, man.
Let's start making some trips to the dumpster. Not a demo day till someone starts bleeding. I'm fine.
But it's always you.
Yeah. All right, dude, that was fast. Good job. That's one thing we like about demo. It's really quick, but we still got the whole afternoon left. What do you say we head across town and keep getting some things done on our list?
I'm with it.
All right, let's head in the truck and head across town, bud. All right, gang, we're back here at our mother-in-law's suite. Our goal right now is to finish this tile and potentially put up some lights. We've already pulled our microwave down. We've got the ledger strip out of here. We're gonna pull these spacers, mix up some grout, and finish this tile. Let's hit it.
We got Mapai, one of our favorites, Ultra Color Plus FA, because it's a free agent grout.
It is a free agent, and there's the color.
Warm gray.
Warm gray.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna look awesome, man.
Yeah, we'll introduce a little bit of gray into all that white.
Well, maybe not.
Alrighty, gang. Jordan did a great job mixing that grout. We got that sweet spot where you clean it with the sponge and just works perfectly. We'll let that dry a little bit, rub off the haze with our microfiber towel. But while that's setting up, we're gonna actually start on our lights. I've actually got the laser already set up. We're gonna show you that here in a minute. My laser beam is parallel to this outside wall, and that's a row of lights right here. We're gonna have one centered on this cabinet right here, right over the range. Working to my right, this is actually going to be a pendant over the sink on a separate switch. Then we have a recessed light right here, centered on this one. And we'll have one out here by this doorway, and it'll throw some light by the fridge too. And come over here by the peninsula, we got two more. And I think we're actually going to center them on the screws for our vent. So we're going to move the laser over here, lay out these two. Let me walk you over to the laser and kind of show you our rig if you haven't seen it or you've just joined our channel. I've got a Bosch, let me read it for you. This is a GLL 100G Bosch laser. Now they change the model numbers all the time. This one has a vertical beam and a horizontal beam. We've got the horizontal beam turned off right now. And then we have it mounted on a Hupar mount. It has all these micro adjustments. So when I'm down here and I need to move the far end 1/4 of an inch, I can do that. It's very difficult when you tap this and try to move it. But with these knobs, you can fine tune it exactly. We even did a video on this thing. We'll try to put a link to it.
I'll throw it up.
Yep, and we'll put a link to this Hupar mount. It's a game changer. Combined with this telescopic Bosch pole and the Hupar mount, that laser, you know we use it all the time. So let's swing that laser mount over here, line it up with our vent, lay out these two locations, get our hole saw out, start drilling for some lights.
All right, guys, we got all of our holes cut, as you can see, and it's time to wire up these lights. When we first started the project and we did the rough electric, Dad came in and put in this single gang box. It actually needs to be a double gang because one switch is going to be for the lights and one switch is going to be tied to that pendant over the sink. But there's just a single wire going straight up the wall, feeding this guy right here, and we're just going to go boop, 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 and just chain them all together. Really simple stuff. They're all going to be on one circuit. So Dad's going to feed me the wire, and I'm going to wire these things up.
Alrighty guys, I got in the attic, I did all the wiring. Jordan was downstairs hooking up the lights. While he was finishing the lights, I put in the two switches, so that's all done. And you know, I think I was in 2 attics today, man.
You were. 2 attics in one day.
But you know what? Today it was what? 60 something outside, our first cool day.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool outside.
The perfect day to be in an attic. Probably done. We got a nice haze on here. We can polish that, but it's pretty dark in here. You want to try these lights out?
Let's fire it up.
All right, I did my wiring right. You got your wiring done right?
I've been doing it for 2 years, so I mean, I hope so.
All right.
I got a switch right here, so.
Let me put my sunglasses on. Woo! Nice.
Hey, that's nice, man.
Yep. Perfect. All right. You want to try the dimmer? Let's try the dimmer, huh?
Nice.
All right.
Baby, drop them. What you got in your hand?
A microfiber cloth.
What are we about to do with it?
It's our favorite method of cleaning this haze. Yep, perfect. We got a couple little areas that the microfiber towel's not quite getting off. We're going to use our Scotch-Brite pad, and that always seems to do the trick. It was pretty dark in here, so we couldn't see that well, huh?
Right.
We'll blame it on that. Alrighty guys, we are about wrapped up with this kitchen. We had a big day and everything went pretty smooth, didn't it, Jordan?
It was awesome.
I mean, the demo went smooth, the light installation went smooth, and the grout went smooth. And when the grout goes smooth, that's always a W, right?
Right.
But not too much left. We'll hook up the range, hook up the sink, a little bit of electrical here on the backsplash, and I think we're out of here, man.
Yeah, we're getting right around third base, headed for home on this project.
I can see the catcher.
Don't ram him, because that's against the rules now.
Never do. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, get your microfiber towel, polish that like button just like we polished this tile. Leave us a comment, ask a question, and we will see you on our next video.